Hello and welcome to this new video. Today we are going to talk about some fundamental concepts in set theory. Okay, so set in French means ensemble, Arabic مجموعة. Now in the early days of set theory the word ensemble was used, but it's a little bit oldish now, so set is more widespread. Collection, collection, جماعة. Family, famille, عائلة. Class, classe, صنف. Subset, sous-ensemble ou bien partie, مجموعة جزئية. To belong to, appartenir, انتمى. So we say X belongs to A, X appartient à A. X ينتمي إلى ألف. To contain, contenir, يحتوي. So we say that A contains B, A contient B if B is a subset of A. To be contained in, être inclus dans. So we say A is contained in B, A est inclus dans B. Arabic ضمن, A ضمن B. The empty set, l'ensemble vide, المجموعة الخالية. Singleton or one-point set, singleton, مجموعة أحادية. Power set, l'ensemble des parties d'un ensemble, مجموعة القوة. Intersection, intersection, تقاطع. Union, union, اتحاد. Finite, fini, منتهٍ. Infinite, infini, لا منتهٍ. The correct pronunciation is infinite and not infinite. Infinite. Countable, dénombrable, قابل للعد. Now, the word denombrable was used, but it's a little bit old now. So countable is more widespread. And the adjective countable may have two meanings. First meaning that we use here at the Lebanese University, countable means that we can list the elements in a finite or infinite list. So otherwise stated, there is an injection between the set and the integers. So it could be finite, could be infinite. The finite is a particular case of the countable. The second meaning, countable, just means infinite countable. Okay, so there may be differences between authors. Uncountable, non dénombrable, غير قابل للعد. Function, fonction دالة. Map, application, تطبيق. Now, in principle, there is a slight difference between function and map. The function has a domain of definition and need not be defined everywhere. However, the map is defined everywhere. Now, this makes little difference in practice because when we restrict a function on its domain, it becomes an application. And it should be clear from the context where is the function defined. So in practice, we use the words map and functions interchangeably. Okay, so don't make a big deal out of it. Okay. Source set, ensemble de départ, مجموعة الانطلاق. Target set, ensemble d'arrivée, مجموعة الوصول أو المستقر. Domain of definition, domaine de définition, مجال أو مجموعة التعريف. The range, l'image d'une fonction, مدى, so it's the image of the source set under the map. Okay. Injective, sometimes you say one-to-one. Injective, fonction injective. دالة متباينة أو دالة واحد لواحد. Surjective or onto. So we say, for example, F is a map from X onto Y. It means it's surjective, same thing. So surjective, غامر أو على. Okay. Bijection, bijection, تقابل. Okay. Bijective, bijective, دالة تقابلية أو تطبيق تقابل. The direct image of a set under a map, c'est l'image directe par la d'un ensemble par la fonction. Okay? So this, okay, so it's the set of all images, f of x for x in A. Now, I'm not sure about the Arabic translation, but it should be Surah Mubashira, most probably. Inverse image, image réciproque d'un ensemble par la fonction. So please don't confuse these two concepts because they live in different sets. The direct image is a subset of the target set. The inverse image is a subset of the source set. Okay? And I think I'm not sure also about the Arabic translation, but should be Surah Mu'akisa. Inverse function, the inverse of a function which is bijective, fonction inverse, ou bien fonction réciproque. معكوس الدالة. Composition of two functions, composé de deux fonctions, تركيب دالات أو دالتين. Binary relation, relation binaire, علاقة ثنائية. Equivalence relation, relation d'équivalence, علاقة تكافؤ. Order relation or ordering, same thing, relation d'ordre ou bien ordre, علاقة ترتيب أو ترتيب. Ordered, ordonné, مرتب, ensemble ordonné, ordered set. Totally ordered, totalement ordonné, مرتب كليا. Okay, this means that totally ordered means that any two elements are comparable. One is less or equal than the other. This is not true for all ordered, for all orderings. Okay. Well ordered, bien ordonné, حسن الترتيب. This means that every non-empty subset has a smallest element. This is the example of n of the non-negative integers, but it's not the case of the R with the usual order. Okay, now we come to some terminology that may cause confusion. Okay, now usually when we say less than in English, we mean strictly less. And this is emphasized in the French by saying strictement plus petit que. قطعا أصغر من. Okay. We can also say lower than. Lower is translated as inférieur. Okay. Same thing. Greater, supérieur à, أكبر من. We can also say bigger, so less and lower same meaning, greater and bigger same meaning. Okay, it's like plus petit, inférieur, supérieur, plus grand, same thing. Okay. Okay. Now, not greater than is not usually it's not said in French and Arabic. Okay, we can say il n'est pas plus grand que, but it's rarely used. Now, what happens is that if the order is total, then not greater than means exactly less than or equal to. And then we say plus petit ou égal à. أصغر من أو يساوي. Okay? This has no confusion. There's no confusion here when we say less than or equal to. Okay? Not smaller, same thing actually. Not smaller and greater than or equal to. So plus grand ou égal à. أكبر من أو يساوي. Okay? Now, it's better to avoid confusion, to emphasize and say less, strictly less, or strictly lower, strictly greater, strictly bigger. Okay, but if you encounter these things, these these terminologies, you should be aware that there are variations and differences in language between mathematicians. Okay, and sometimes these cause problems and misunderstandings. Okay, so you can always ask your lecturer, what does he mean precisely by, okay? Upper bound measurant حد علوي أو حد أعلى. Lower bound minorant حد سفلي أو حد أدنى. Least upper bound, this is what we call the supremum, le plus petit majorant ou bien la borne supérieure. هو أصغر حد أعلى. Greatest lower bound, le plus petit minorant ou bien la borne inférieure هو أكبر حد أدنى. The greatest element, if it exists, did not always exist, le plus grand élément هو أعظم عنصر. The lowest element, if it exists, is unique, of course. Le plus petit élément هو أصغر عنصر. A maximal element, élément maximal, عنصر أعظمي. Minimal element, élément minimal, عنصر أصغر. Don't confuse the concept of greatest element and maximal element. If the order is total, the two notions coincide. But the interest of the notion of maximal element is precisely when the order is not total. Now, increasing usually mean strictly increasing. Okay. In French, we say croissant, but to emphasize, we say strictement croissant. In Arabic, متزايد, دالة متزايدة أو قطعا متزايدة. Decreasing, décroissant, متناقص. Okay, but usually in French we emphasize to, okay. Non-increasing means décroissant in the large sense. Okay, متناقص. Non-decreasing, croissant. Okay, so pay attention to these differences. But the confusion is avoided by using the adjective, the adverb strictly. Okay. Okay, so this ends today's video. Thank you for your attention and see you next time.